Nice, hot, sunny day in California. I think it got 97 degrees today. 100 degrees today. Yet we still got to make money. It's Monday. Time to work. All right, this is a special unplanned Facebook Live. I was doing a crypto talk earlier this morning, and I had an idea, because one of the things that we covered was, where are the women, or women in crypto industry? And every now and then I bring that topic up. I think I did it for the first time back in September, October of last year. Where are the women in crypto? Women will dominate this space if they knew it or knew how. They would dominate. And so I'm going to give you guys a step-by-step, some basic things that you could be doing right now to have immediate success and long-term success based on positioning in the crypto space. It is hot as heck out here. I need like a hat or something. So we're going to cover that. And you can take notes. But first, let's go back to some of the basics. You know, last year I began my crypto journey when I made my career transition from MLM to the crypto space. And a friend of mine who is actually on here right now even said, you know, last year, it seems like you are all into this crypto stuff. So that was true, and there was a reason why. So I went from dabbling in it. You know, last year we were messing around and buying some Litecoin and buying some Bitcoin on Coinbase, and we set up an account and didn't take it too serious at the time. I didn't fully believe in it. I didn't fully understand it, but all I saw was that the price of Bitcoin kept going. We're making a whole lot of money. So once I started to study it, it's like the entire world just opened up for me. A light bulb went off. I had a complete change in my focus, in my direction. Now the goal has never changed. The goal of not just financial freedom, but financial wealth, for generational wealth, that never changed. But the vehicle on what I was going to use to make that happen did. And I retired from MLM and came into the cryptocurrency space. And two things I found out that made that possible. The first thing was, I realized that cryptocurrencies represents the greatest economic shift in wealth in the history of mankind for the most amount of people. Now that last part is important, the most amount of people, because I say that there's always been shifts in wealth before. There's always been industrial revolutions in the past, but they have been only for a select few. They have been blocked out for the most amount of people. But because of Bitcoin, there is no barrier of entry. There is no wall holding you back. It doesn't matter your race, your religion, your sex, your creed, what language you speak, what color your skin is, what country you were born in, what family you were raised in. None of that matters. If you have access to a cell phone and internet and $5 in your pocket and a willingness to learn, then you can have complete financial freedom. No excuses. The problem, though, is that most people don't even know that this is an option. They don't even know that this is going on. So even though it's available for everybody, most people don't even know that the game is being played to even step on the field. So one is a lack of crypto awareness. One of the reasons why you don't see a lot of women in this space. Another reason for that is the early adopters of crypto were basically the internet nerds. You know, the gamers that had all of these powerful computers, and they started to mine Bitcoin and talk about the programming and the white paper and the technology behind it. And, you know, it was a certain group of people, and that just didn't really appeal to most women. And then as it started to adapt, it started to grow, and you started having investors coming into the space. You know, really, it didn't speak the language of women. But I'm here to tell you that it speaks the language of women more than anything, because we're dealing with E-commerce part 2. Who does most of the shopping? Who does most of the purchasing? Who directs how our economy is adapted based on supply and demand? It's the needs of women. Women represent half the population around the world. And they do most of the spending and have most of the money. Most advertising is always geared towards women and children, not men. So the fact that they don't even know this is taking place is a shame. The second thing that drove me to this space the way it is blockchain technology. I started to look at the technology. Cooling down. Oh, this is saying I need to get into the shade. My phone is overheating a bit. All right, so let me do this. All right, this should work a little better. You can see me clearly. All right, the next thing is the technology behind it. The blockchain technology, distributed ledger technology. And this is, I mean, I'm trying, how can I break this down in a short period of time? Once I started to understand that and break it down, there's a couple of things, you know, I figured out. The blockchain technology represents the greatest invention since the internet. It's one of the greatest inventions that mankind has ever done. All right, we're back. I apologize for that technical difficulty earlier. I should have known. It is 104 degrees out here right now, and I was in the sun, in the pool. I was nice and cool, but the phone was overheating. So when I finish with these, I'm going to combine the two recordings together so that they will be, you have the first part and the second part. They go hand in hand. So let's see, I left off, I was talking about, you know, women in the space of cryptocurrency. And cut it out, I'm looking right at you. My kids are still in the pool. So anyways, I was talking about women in the space of cryptocurrency, and what made me jump into this space is the revelation I had. I talked about the fact that cryptocurrency represents the greatest economic opportunity in the history of mankind for the most amount of people, and I explained why. But the second thing that got my attention was the fact that blockchain, the technology behind cryptocurrency, once I really started to understand it, did my research, realized that it represents the greatest, one of the greatest inventions in human history. Now, by itself it means nothing, but it's built on the back of other inventions like the internet. So it's the internet 2.0. And that blockchain technology is going to disrupt every single industry on the planet. Every single industry. The other thing about that is the fact that most people don't even know that this is taking place. They don't even know that this exists. But I knew. Like I said, a friend of mine last summer was like, "Hey, you're all into this crypto thing all of a sudden." So I started doing my research. And when people ask me that question, my response is, why aren't you? If you knew or understood it the way I do, you wouldn't be able to think of anything else. Everything you would be doing would be towards this space. So the topic is about women. Where are the women in crypto? And as a woman, how can you take full advantage of this space financially for the ultimate goal of earning a full-time income off of this? And I'm not talking about $30,000 a year, $50,000 or $60,000 a year. I'm talking about 6 figures a year and more. Actually, I would talk more than that, maybe 7 figures or more. But as full transparency, I make more than 6 figures a year in this space, so I want to make sure that I'm only speaking on that which I have accomplished. And I've been investing in this space in less than a year. Okay, so just imagine where we're going to be 2 years from now, 3 years from now. So, speaking on that, and I need my sunglasses to really kick in on me. I don't like looking at myself, so let my sunglasses Great, come in. All right. Now, it doesn't see you guys. So what I realize is that, or what we're going to talk about as far as women, there's two things that you can do, or two types of women in this space. A woman that has a lot of resources, meaning you've got a lot of money at your disposal. You're able to make investments. You're not sweating that part of it. And then you have the women that don't have resources at all. So I'm going to show you how both women can dominate this space. And then I'm going to give you a third thing that all women can do, whether you have resources or not, to really take yourself to the next level for full financial freedom, economic freedom. All right. So how do we do this? Let's start with number one, education. Whether you are experienced in this space, whether you have no experience whatsoever, as a woman, before you do anything, before you start investing, before you start buying coins, the first thing you need is education. And this is costing you money, okay? I advise, and as a disclaimer, I am not a licensed financial advisor to be dispensing financial advice. I share my opinion and give suggestions, and it is up to you to decide what course of action you want to take. Do your own research. So I'm basically giving you my suggestion, my opinion. It doesn't mean I'm 100% right. There might be a better way. It doesn't mean that my way is right for everybody. But I'm going to be as generic as I can that will cover everybody with the goal. The goal is financial freedom in the crypto space as a woman. So number one, education. Spend $300. First, you got to get yourself a Bitcoin wallet. Put $300 worth of Bitcoin in it and get the Cryptogenics education program. And then go through it. It can take you a week. It could take you a month. It might take you 2 or 3 months, depending on how much time you have. But go through the entire education, the whole platform. This is going to give you a leg up on most people out there. You're not going to see crypto education courses at every single college. And even if there are, how many of you are going to pay all that money to go get educated at a college? So this is cheap, yet effective education put on by some professionals. $300, Cryptogenics education. And it's not just the 45 lessons, but it is also the ongoing lessons. The reason why I do 2 crypto talks a day is part of my own educating myself. I'm staying current and up to date on what's going on in the crypto space. And that knowledge is priceless. This is something that nobody could take from you. You might make money in this space, you might lose money in this space, but the one thing is you will never lose your education in this space. And you're always building on that. You're always learning more and more and more. And the education will allow you to see opportunities and be able to, first type, one that had resources for investing. Second, a woman that has no resources. That's what I'm talking about. Right now, I'm telling you, this is what all women should do, whether you have the resources or not. Spend the $300 to get your crypto education on. If you don't have any resources and you spend $300 on education, and then you got a woman out there that does have the resources and she doesn't get educated, you're way ahead of the game than her. Because 9 times out of 10, she's going to end up losing a lot of money, and that's how she's going to learn, by trial and error. You don't want to go through trial and error here. Now, it is important that you have experience, but have educated experience. You make educated risks, not just wild, I'm playing the lotto type risks. Okay, so education is the key. That is something that is non-negotiable. I will not invest with anybody. I will not spend time with anybody that tells me they have no desire to go through any type of crypto education. Because as far as I'm concerned, you're a walking risk. and I can't invest with you. I can't associate with you in that aspect. Good luck. I wish you the best. But if you don't value the education portion of it, then I mean, you're playing craps doing this. Okay, so you got your education down, right? Now we're going to talk about a woman who's got resources. This is what she can do. And I mean, right now, you want to start to develop your crypto portfolio for the long term. So, you're either going to take a lot of money and start to purchase crypto coins. Which coins should you purchase? Now, this is where I got to be careful. I cannot legally say you should buy this coin. Obviously, you want to get Bitcoin. Bitcoin is cheap right now. $7,400 a coin, $7,200 last time I looked. You're also looking at the fact that all the bears out there are predicting that Bitcoin is going to shoot up to 20,000, 50,000, 100,000. This is a long-term buy and hold type of game. So this is a long-term investment move. You're going to buy the coin and you're going to sit on it and you want to hold it. At the bare minimum, at least invest and own one coin. One coin at best. And forget that you even have it. Then you want to expand your crypto portfolio. If you don't have the education yet, the knowledge on how to spot certain ICOs or new and upcoming developing coins, then you're always safe looking at the top 10 coins. You know, you got Ethereum, Ripple, Dash, Cardano, Stellar, you know, and the top 10 kind of fluctuates. But coins has been around for a couple of years as well. Again, this is not a immediate play. This is a long term. So the more coins you have, the more money you're going to make long term as they start to appreciate in value. That's how you've seen some crypto Bitcoin millionaires walking around, because they bought Bitcoin when it was worth $300 something a coin, and today it's worth over $7,000. And they didn't just buy 1 or 2 Bitcoin. They might have 15, 20, 50, 100 Bitcoin when it was cheap. So that's one thing that if you've got the resources, you can invest in that. Another thing you can do is invest in blockchain technologies. Spend the money on going to conventions, blockchain expos, cryptocurrency expos. I cannot guarantee that you're actually going to learn much at these expos, because that's not what they're really designed to do. It's more for exposure. But what you will do is put yourself in the space, and you'll meet individuals, and you'll meet people, and you'll hear about ideas, and you might see something worthwhile to invest in. And these are people that's got a couple $100,000 and they invest in a blockchain technology startup or an ICO, and as that appreciates, you know, they just flipped $200,000 into $2 million in 12 months. So that's another. Now I'm talking if you've got the resources as a woman, you've got the resources. So you already got the education part down. You're investing in coins to hold for the long term, and you're now investing in blockchain businesses. This one is for those that don't have the resources or limited resource. Something that I would suggest you do right now. It is a fact that blockchain technology is going to disrupt every single industry on the planet today. Every single one. So, one industry that you want to pay attention to is the power industry, electricity. It's been around for 100 years and has been unchanged in the way it's done. Uber has transformed the taxi industry. Airbnb has transformed the hotel industry. Whoever can transform the power industry is going to make a killing. And you started to see this happen, one, with the invention of solar power. So you see people getting solar powers on their roofs and whatnot for environmental friendly stuff. But then you start to see, in the end of the 90s, companies like ACN started taking advantage of deregulation of gas and electricities. And that's where the government, Bill Clinton signed a bill back in 96 or 97 to deregulate all electricities to allow for competition into the space, because it was monopolized. Here in Southern California, all we got is, Southern California Edison. But there are other third-party providers that you can go through and you were able to get some discounts. I never fully understood the technology behind how it worked, how if I'm still getting my power from Edison, then why is my bill cheaper if I'm going through ACN? I never fully understood all that, and you don't have to. All I knew was it worked. Then you've seen companies like Ambit Energy or what was that other one, American something, network marketing companies, that all they did was trying to save people on their electricity bill by signing up with their company. So this has been going on for the past 20 years. But now, because of the blockchain solves one of the biggest issues, which is distribution and the recording of the database. Blockchain. And one company that is leading this space is called Green. Green did not go through an ICO, which is why we are backing this. They are selling mining machines where their coin, there's going to be 50 billion coins ever in existence. 50 billion. There's going to be 25 billion mined in the first year. It started mining in July 4th. So by July 4th, 2019, 25 billion coins are going to be mined. In the first 6 months, meaning by the end of this year, 12.5 billion coins are going to be mined. And I got to be careful how I say this because I cannot give income claims. I cannot give talk about guarantees or projections. So I'm just giving some factual numbers, and you guys can do the math yourself. So this is a factual number, 12.5 billion by the end of the year. We're looking at the first 90 days. About 1,400 machines are mining right now. By the end of the year, maybe a little over 4,000. So we're talking about 4,000 machines that need to split up 25 billion coins. Now, how much is the coin worth? What's the value? I don't know. I have an idea, but I can't say. Because again, that's enticement. But what I can do is look at past results. So if I look at past results, meaning I look at the coin market cap, and I look at what other coins that have billions out there, like Ripple, Stellar, Cardano, 39 billion, 70 billion, the coins out there, then you can kind of tell at what price range they are when they hit the exchange. It's expected to hit the exchange before this year is out. Traditionally, anytime a coin hits a major exchange, that coin always shoots up in value just because it's new and based off of hype. That's not what I'm looking for, because I've made a lot of money doing that off of ICOs. When you know the ICO isn't going anywhere, within 6 months it's probably going to be gone. But the first 30 to 60 days, you can make a killing off of it in the exchange before it's a massive sell-off. That's not what I'm looking at as far as Green is concerned. Because of the technology behind it and the fact that it is attempting to solve one of the world's biggest industries, the power industry, and it's going through different phases, proof of work and proof of stake, and you can only mine the coin, I believe that this has a long-term potential and value for rising as the years go. Instead of doing this, going up and then dropping, I see it doing this. Going up, it will drop because people will sell to get their profit, and then it's going to go like this, like this, and like this, and like this, all the way up. So I suggest that you get your hands on these green coins. How do you get your hands on the green coins? Well, you got to purchase a mining machine. Cost of the machine is $3,750. So for those women that have resources, and this is my rule number 2, never invest money that you cannot afford to lose. I just almost pulled a Donald Trump, right? Let me get this right. Never invest money that you can afford to lose. No, that you can't afford to lose. The president got me all twisted on that. So never invest money you cannot afford to lose. This is risky. There is no guarantee. But let's talk about the possible rewards. $3,750, and you're part of that group that's mining 12.5 billion coins, and it hits the exchange. Well, you look at what's the price of Cardano right now? What's the price of Ripple? What's the price of Stellar? Coins that can be, you can even look at Electronium. Electronium cannot touch what green is doing. Yet the price of Electronium right now is about 1 cent per coin. So if green hits the exchange at 1 cent, and your machine is mining, I don't know, I can't tell you how many coins, but again, you do the math on 12.5 billion coins divided up between 1,400 machines or 4,000 machines. You do the math. What if it goes to 2 cents, 10 cents or more, 30 cents? Ripple went all the way up to $3 at one point. Electronium went up past 33 cents. I have friends that if they had sold at 33 cents Electronium, they would have made over $1 million. So this is one move as a woman that you can do, that you can invest in, that it is a risk. Understand, it is a risk. But the reward can literally set you free on this type of an investment. What if you had more than one machine? You had a couple of them, 2, 3, 4 machines. I have people on my team that have over 20 machines. Man, I wish I could talk numbers right now, but I can't. Last time I talked numbers, I had the lawyers made me pull my video down off of YouTube. So you can do the math on that. But as a woman, let's look at what you've just done here. And I'm not talking about recruiting at all. All I'm talking about is positioning yourself in one, getting educated. Cost you $300 to get educated. Number 2, starting to purchase crypto coins and hold on, sit on them. You're not buying them to sell them right now. Number 3, you invest in a mining machine like green, and you sit on that and see what that return on investment is going to be. If all things go as I think they're going to go, you're going to make a sizable income off of that investment. And once you have that investment, then this is what you can do. Make sure you get your return on investment back first. That's my rule number 3. You pull your money out that you spent on the mining machine. So now you've eliminated any risk. You got your money back. Then what you're going to do, once it hits the exchange, sell 25 to 50% of the coins you have once it hits the exchange, or wait about a couple of weeks as you start to see it rise, and when it starts to level off, then sell 25 to 50%. So once you do that, then tell you what you're going to do next. Changing positions. Hold on a second here. All right. So once you do that, you've got your money back. You sold 25, 50%, which means you just got a huge profit. And then you sit and hold the rest of the coins, because this is a project we actually believe in. We believe in long term. Now, women, you see what I did here? You taking notes on this. Crypto education first. Invest in the coins and hold. Make it a point to own 1 to 2 Bitcoin and forget you even have it. Get yourself a mining rig that's going to give you coins every single month. Get yourself mining rigs. So now look at the investment you've got on. You've invested in your education, that's priceless. You've invested in some coins that's going to increase in value, and you invested in a mining machine that is going to bring you, I can't use the word passive income, I'll get in trouble. That's going to be bringing ongoing income every single month, whether you get out of bed or not. So you've got at least 2 things here that's going to be bringing you income whether you do anything or not. Now let's talk about the women that don't have resources. You don't have the resources to go out there and buy a bunch of machines. You don't have the resources to go and buy a whole Bitcoin. You don't have $7,400. What do? Number one, it stays the same. Get the $300 and get your crypto education. All right? So you got that. $300, you got your crypto education. Then what you want to do is take that education and open up yourself a crypto account at an exchange, whether it's Binance, Poloniex, Bittrex, or whichever. Hit BTC. Open you up your trading account, and you want to put money into it. Now, the amount of money you put into it is up to you. When me and Jairus, back in August 2017, when we started looking in, you said, you know what, we can control our fate if we learn how to trade cryptocurrencies. We can control our fate. And we started to learn, when we opened up our trading account, you know how much money I put into it? My very first account? 30 bucks. $30 I put into that. And less than 60 days, I was able to flip that $30 into a little less than 300 bucks in less than 60 days. Now you might say to yourself, well, Brandon, that's not a lot of money. You know, what am I going to do with $300? Well, I mean, use it to flip it again. I used it to invest. I took $100 out of that 300 and started to invest with it. Then I flipped that $100 into 6 figures before the year was out, within 4 months. So I started with $30 and turned that into 6 figures, in other words. But I learned how to trade. You have to be willing to learn. Ladies, if you are not willing to learn, there is nothing I can do for you. Nothing is going to be falling out of the sky and dropped on your lap. You can't worry and depend on a man to do everything for you. You've got to take the bull by the horns on this one. So if you don't have resources, get the crypto education. It will teach you about trading. It will teach you how to open up accounts. Here's something else that you can do too. This might take a little bit longer. Open up your very first Coinbase account and put money into it. The next thing you want to do is set yourself up with a budget and say $50 a week, $100 a month, $500 a month, whatever it is. Set yourself up a budget to buy Bitcoin every single week or every single month, preferably every week. You want to keep getting Bitcoin going in there. Never pull it out. Don't sell it. Think of it like as part of your bill or what you would do for savings. So put Bitcoin in that. And then have a plan. Maybe, you know, in 6 months, what did you get your Bitcoin up to? You might have $5,000 worth in Bitcoin. You might have $10,000. You might have $30,000 in Bitcoin. Because you started your own little budget right now. You might only have $50 to put in. But let it add up, because you know what happens? You don't need to have a whole Bitcoin to make money. Because here's what's going to happen. Let's say you've got $2,000 worth of Bitcoin, even though right now it's worth $7,400. And next thing you know, Bitcoin jumps from $7,400 to $50,000 a coin. What do you think happens to your $2,000? Your $2,000 has now just grown to maybe 15,000 bucks, $20,000, $30,000. So by having a budget for yourself set up where you're constantly, like clockwork, every week, you're putting money into your own account, you're doing well. And as it starts to grow, then you can take money from that and invest into other things. The whole point is to flip your money. How did I go from $30 to 6 figures in less than 4 months? Education. And I knew how to flip my money. I knew how to invest in certain things that was going to make me even more money. So here's the 4 rules, and then I'm going to go into the last step. 4 rules you need to live by. Number 1, education is key. It is everything. Rule number 2, never invest money you cannot afford to lose. Rule number 3, always get your money back as fast as possible. And rule number 4, Make it a goal. Write down where do you want to be in 30 days from now, 60 days from now, 3 months, 6 months, a year. What do you want your Bitcoin portfolio to look like? How much money do you want to have working for you? Where do you want to be? What vehicle are you going to be using, or what strategy are you going to use to make that happen? Because you can do it many different ways. By trading, by buying and holding, by mining for it. There's different ways you can do it. Investing in different blockchain startups and projects. You decide what is best for you. And then you remain focused on it. This is where I see a lot of people fail. They get started with something, and then they turn around and they don't see the fast results that they wanted. Something else comes out with a nice new video. A friend of theirs is saying this is the next greatest, biggest thing. You need $2,000 to invest in it, and you're gonna make passive income, and you start doing that, and now you're completely off focus. Those people never make any serious money. They may make some money short term, but they're always hopping around and bouncing around to the next thing, and the next thing, and they're making a little bit of money, and they think that making $500, or no, let me scratch that. They think making $5,000 is a lot of money. They think making $2,000 is a lot of money. In the crypto space, that's nothing. That's pocket change. We got to get you out of that poverty type mindset. You should be making more money in a day than most people make in a month in the crypto space. That's what we're talking about. That's what I want to get you to. And women, let's get to the last point here of what you can do. If I was a woman, knowing what I know, I would make $1 million in 6 months. If I was a pretty woman, knowing what I know, I would make $2 million in 6 months. How? How is that possible? Well, you've got to do what me and Jairus did last summer. You got to use your hustle game. So if you don't have resources, you don't have money, but you've got the knowledge and you're a female, you can kill this space. Get involved with any program that's going to allow you the opportunity to earn affiliate income. What is that? Be able to be in position to earn affiliate income. Another way myself and Jairus Coleman was able to explode our crypto portfolio in 2017 is because we put our hustle hat on. All women are beautiful, Sandra, in different ways. All women are beautiful in different ways. Which means you can use whatever way that is to your advantage. The most beautiful women out there has nothing to do with their looks, especially if you know how to use it. It doesn't have to matter if you have a pretty face or not. The biggest key thing is your intellect, your knowledge, your education in this space, because then you're going to exude confidence from you. And and men will tell you this, there ain't nothing more sexier to a man than a confident, badass woman that has her own and has her own goals set and doing for herself. Men want to be with her and women want to be her. So how can you, as a woman, use your hustle to get the resources you need to invest in this space so that you can become a woman of resources? Well, I got to use an example of what I'm already in, and that's Cryptogenics. Cryptogenics has an affiliate program to it. See, when I was first approached about Cryptogenics, I said no. The reason why I said no is because I didn't want to build another company. I did not want to go out there and recruit anybody and start doing trainings and any of that, because I had enough knowledge and I had the resources to be able to take that knowledge and resources, invest in the crypto space and let my money work for me without having to recruit. But Jeremy Keene and Mike Boggs asked me a question. I got to move again because I'm burning up right here. My foot is burning up. Hold on. It's 104 degrees out here and I'm not in the pool. The moment I'm done with this Facebook Live, I'm jumping in. Can you even see me? I gotta turn this around. I don't know. I don't know if you can see me or not, so. Alright. So, here's what you do. This is how you get your hustle on. Jeremy Keene was like, Brandon, how many people are approaching you about crypto every day? And I was like, all day, every day. You guys should see my inbox right now. I get asked, some questions I get asked are things I never even thought of. And I'm like, wow, I didn't even think of that. But I said all day. He said, well, why? Are you helping people out? Are you answering their questions? I said, yeah. So how much money are you making from doing that? I said, nothing. I just like helping people. They said, great. Well, what if we had a program in place that was going to pay you and we educate them for you? So now you get your time and you're going to make money back. And I was like, you know, that's a no-brainer. That makes sense. Okay. Cryptogenics was born. So here's how you get your hustle on. The more you speak about crypto, the more you talk about crypto, you're spreading awareness. People are going to start asking questions. But I'm the #1 recruiter and I don't recruit. How's that possible? I don't go to people's inbox and ask them, hey, are you open for an opportunity? Or if the money was right and I could show you how, are you willing to look at something? Or, hey, take a look at this video and tell me what you think. I don't do that. Even when people approach me, I don't send them my Cryptogenics link. I figured out one fundamental thing. Are we back now? I figured out one thing. People like to buy, they don't like to be sold. So by just talking about crypto, people are curious. And when people are curious, they will ask questions. And when they ask questions, my answer to them is Cryptogenics. So as a woman, if I was a woman, I would take this to a whole nother level. So here's a couple of things as a woman that you can do. And you decide for you, what is the best option? Option number 1, do what I do. What I do as a man, you do as a woman. Every day, I am providing crypto education knowledge twice a day through Facebook Lives. Notice I never have the camera on. So if you're that type of person that says, I don't like being in front of the video, I don't like the camera on, you know, I'm nervous about how I look, I don't like people looking at me, that's me. I don't like having the camera on. It is killing me right now that I got the camera on. I'm not even staring at myself. I can't look at myself when I'm doing this, but I get over my fear. I do it anyway. But most of my videos, I don't have the camera on. So twice a day, 3 times a day, if I were you as a woman, I would be doing Facebook Lives, not about Cryptogenics, okay? About cryptocurrency. And this space is so big, whatever you're passionate about, whatever you like, if it's makeup, if it's traveling, if it's hair, if it's clothes, if it's working out, if it's health and wellness, there is something in crypto about all of that. If it's about helping people in their personal lives, do a Facebook Live talking about it, but talk about crypto at the same time. So you are infusing what you like, what your passion is, with crypto. Because crypto is going to disrupt every single industry. Whatever you're passionate about right now, there's something about it in it that's tick. Let me say it again because I got kicked off. Blockchain technology is going to take it over, whatever it is you're interested in, whatever it is you have a passion for. Brandon, I don't want to read an article about crypto education like you do all day. You don't have to. Whatever it is you like to talk about it. The whole point is that you're talking. You see the point here? And as a woman, you're going to drive far more traffic, far more eyeballs on you than I have on me. Because women have a natural attraction that people want to see. Right as I get to the good stuff. So let me come to a different location. Oh. Get some good reception here. All right. So you guys feeling me on that? Do what I do, but make it your own. Or do exactly what I do. And just read the freaking news. But in your own way, your own style. When I read articles, I don't just read the article. That's boring. I give commentary. I engage with it. I share my own knowledge and stuff on it. You can do that. Let's say you don't want to do that. Here's something else you can do. Just turn on the camera and start taking selfies of yourself. And then on your Facebook page or on Twitter, make a comment about crypto and upload your picture. I didn't say make a comment about cryptogenics. This is for those of you who know that you're pretty. You know that you're attractive. You know that guys or girls like to look at you. You're already taking selfies all day long anyway. Might as well monetize it. And just put a message, a positive message about crypto. Something that excites you. Something that you might have learned about. See, what you're doing here is you're letting the world know that you are a woman in an industry that's dominated by men. That sets you apart automatically. If you can speak a different language, I wish like I spoke Spanish, for example. I would kill it if I spoke Spanish. There's nobody, and I mean nobody, doing what I do in Spanish. The Spanish community needs this information. There's nobody there to give it to them. If you speak Italian or German or French, you can dominate. Here's another thing you can do. For you women that love blogging and you love writing, write about crypto. Write about new things that you learned. Again, you're not pitching cryptogenics. If people tell me, I don't like recruiting, neither do I. I don't like recruiting either. You literally have to pull teeth to find out what it is I do. People around me, I'm not talking about my immediate family, but when I go out, I'm not wearing cryptogenics as a badge of honor. I don't talk about it like that. And that is part of the reason why I'm able to recruit so many people. Haven't even began marketing yet. So don't think of it. I think when people think of recruiting, they think they got to be on the phone call cold calling people. Or they got to start begging their friends and family to join cryptogenics. Or they got to start, going down there, make a list of everybody they know and send them a inbox with their cryptogenics link. I don't do any of that. What you do is you make yourself available, saying, I've got a solution to your problem. So when you have a solution to people's problem, they will buy from you instead of you having to sell it to them. And as a woman, you have far more attraction to you than a man does. And Anne, you're right. An Irish accent would go a far way. Just as a British accent would go a far way. A Latino accent will go a far way. Benita, start talking. The more you talk, the more you're going to attract people to you. So you can talk through blogging. You could talk through making a Facebook video or doing Facebook Live. You can talk by doing 10-second clips on Instagram. You can even, I had one person tell me, Brandon, I don't like speaking on camera. You don't have to. You could, if I was a woman, I would have a whole series where once a day or twice a day I would do this. I would do a good morning message, right? With just a 5-second clip of me smiling, saying, good morning, have a crypto fantastic day today. I said the word crypto. Or with just a quote that I heard from crypto, or a picture of me, or an image of me, or something. Something. The women who are doing this are killing it. There's one woman I know, I'm not going to call her name out, that I spoke to, and she has a very basic understanding of crypto. Meaning, you listening to me right now know more than she does. She knows that crypto's the future. She knows blockchain technology is the future. But if you ask her to break it down and explain it, she really couldn't do it very well. But she's got a pretty face. So what she does, she's like a little Instagram model, and she takes Instagram sexy photos and then throws crypto stuff on there, and then sometimes links to things she's investing in, and she's going to get, if you click on her link and sign up, she's going to get credit because it's affiliate programs. You know how much money she's making? She's making over $300,000 a year doing this. And she's not talking about any company. She's just smiling in front of the camera, taking a picture, and putting crypto on it. And all the dudes is buying it up, and she knows it. There's another woman I know that is a beautiful woman, but is not the most, I don't want to get in trouble. She's not an Instagram model, let's put it that way, all right? But guess what? She makes probably $40,000, $50,000 a month in crypto. But you know what she does do? She does almost exactly what I do. She's in front of the camera. She's talking about this almost every day. I think she's in Dubai right now. But that's not, it doesn't matter how you look. It's the fact that you're speaking on this, and as a woman speaking on this, you're giving more power to the space. Because other women see that, wow, there are women out there doing this. If she can do it, so can I. And the women who are out there doing it end up having the biggest organizations, the biggest following, the biggest teams, the biggest impacts. And with the money that you start to make from that, guess what you now become? A woman that has resources. And you now take those resources and you start doing the things I spoke about earlier. Investing in altcoins and crypto coins to build your portfolio. Buying yourself a mining machine. Having a budget where you're putting $50 or $20 or $10 a day or $200 a month into your Bitcoin account and letting that grow. You now have the money coming in to do that. You built your resources based off of your hustle. So this is for those of you who don't have the resources to drop $10,000. I mean, I got a guy who bought 10 machines on day one. Multiply that. What's 10 times $3,750? Why? Because he had the money to do so. But if you don't have the money to do that, then you work for it. Build it. Those of you on my team in Cryptogenics that's been blessed, which is every single one of you, that has massive spillover, some of you are sitting on $40,000 and $50,000 right now staring at you. But for whatever reason, it's hard for me to sympathize with why you're not taking advantage of it. I don't know, because if it was me, I wouldn't sleep. I don't leave money on the table. Let me put it that way. I would do everything possible if I knew, wow, if there was 100 people on my inside leg, I just made $10,000. Hello. I'm willing to work 40 hours, 50 hours a week on a 9-to-5 job, paying me jack squat. when I can get $10,000 by building this business just by talking about crypto? I wish I could, you know, I figured out one thing about the women back in my ACN days when my sister was in, and I was using her account. This is when there was no thing as social media like it is today. There was no Facebook like that, but there was social platforms, and my sister didn't know what to do, and she was wanting to build her business. So I would be on her account and would pretend to be her, and I built her business because I knew what to do as a woman. I knew what to say. So I don't want to keep beating a dead horse here. The point of the matter is that there are not that many women in the space of crypto. Crypto can be used to change your financial situation, whether you're a man or a woman, but especially for women that are saying, you know, they're tired of the income inequality, they're tired of sexism, you're tired of not getting paid your equal due as a man is by doing the same amount of work. You're tired of the glass ceiling being put upon you, gender-specific roles because you're a woman, you're only supposed to be doing certain things. You know, if you're sick and tired of that, crypto is the answer. Crypto, you put all power in your own hands. And no matter what your passion it is, crypto can be involved in it. And you can be within 1 year from now doing 6 figures a year, especially those of you taking advantage of the green mining machines. And I got to say it again as a disclaimer. That is no guarantee that the green mining raise is going to pull off what we think is going to pull off. It may not. Things happen. But I'm looking at, what if it does only 10% of what we think it's going to do? You will still have enough money off of that to invest in other things and have a diverse portfolio. And Anne, I am glad that you're feeling inspired by this. You've been watching me for 6 months. Now it's time to take action. And the safest way to take action is not to talk about mining, not to talk about green, not to talk about cryptogenics, but just talk about cryptocurrency. Talk about what you've learned. Get the education. Everything else will fall in place. So what I've done here, and I'm going to go back, I apologize for the technical difficulties of the first video, but I'm going to combine both videos together and I'll upload it to YouTube and put out in our groups. But I just gave you a blueprint, step by step, for those of you that have resources, those of you who don't have resources, and a combination of both, of things you can do right now that 6 months from now you are going to see drastic difference in your lifestyle. I always say you're one decision and 60 days away from a complete turnaround, and I'm speaking from experience. And my experience is documented because I was doing Facebook Lives last year too. I almost had to get a job last year. And I went from that, and 60 days later back to 5 figures a month and more. If I can do it, you can do it. And if you're a woman, you can do it 5 times bigger than what I did. So where are the women at? Who's going to step up? Who's going to be the next Bitcoin diva to dominate this space and be an example for all the other women out there that if you did it, they can do it too. And you did it your way. You're not doing it my way. If you did it my way, you'd be a millionaire in 6 months. So I'm looking to see who does it that way. But you can do it your way. Whatever you're passionate about, whatever excites you when you get up in the morning, start documenting it and then throw the word crypto in there. Oh, look at my makeup, blah, blah, blah. I did my eyelash this way. And did you guys see the crypto market today? It went up $200. Yeah, I'm glad my crypto portfolio just jumped up a bit. That's right. Hey, I'm making money and doing makeup. Hello. There's not a topic you can't give me that I couldn't throw crypto in there somewhere. All right, that's it. I'm getting hot. I'm about to get back into the pool. My kids out there still swimming. So I may be back for late night crypto talk tonight. Wait, today's Monday? Yes, I will be back for late night crypto talk tonight. That will be at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, Facebook Live, twice a day. I'm learning. Oh yeah, and one last thing too. Spend the time on crypto education learning every day. I spend at least 3 to 4 hours a day learning about crypto. 3 to 4 hours. 2 of those hours is Facebook Lives. The other 2 is me just doing my business. You know, doing my videos and stuff like that. At least 3 to 4 hours a day on my craft. And you know, yeah, I'm generous with knowledge, but this is knowledge I know that's going to pay off. My goal, this is my passion. My passion has always been education, no matter what type of field. I love to teach. So it's my passion to teach about cryptocurrency because I love this industry. But I know what impact it's going to have on those of you who take advantage of it. And I know how bad people are going to feel 5 years from now that they didn't take advantage of it. And at least I can put my head to sleep knowing I gave everybody an opportunity within the sound of my voice to be involved. Nobody can say, Brandon, why didn't you tell me? I've got countless hours worth of content that this is all I'm talking about. So nobody can say, Brandon didn't tell me. All right, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. 104 degrees here in LA. I'm going to finish swimming. Then I'm going to take a nap. And when I wake up from my nap, it'll be time for Facebook Live.
Crypto Gen X.